Good morning, you guys. Today we are coming in with a interesting topic for a video. Something that I think probably won't get too many clicks. A lot of you guys probably won't even want to watch that far into the video, but I find it very interesting, and this is just as much as for me as it is for you. So today we're going to talk about God, and not just really like religion, but how I think you are probably talking to God wrong. Um, at least I was for the longest time in my life. I grew up with my mom being pretty religious. I was baptized Catholic. I didn't get my first communion, so maybe you don't call me a real Catholic. I don't really go to church like that. But I pray every single day. Um, God has been a huge part of my life. I can't deny that, even if I tried or wanted to, which I don't. But at the same time, um, for my entire life, I treated God almost as if he was Santa Claus. Like when I talked to him, I would ask him for things like maybe not necessarily a certain thing. Like I wouldn't say, "Hey, I need $100." That's not what it was. But I kind of would treat it like that. Where let's say I was short on a bill, I would say, "Please God, make this work." Instead of now these days, I change the way I talk to him. I say, "God, please help me find steps to make this happen. God, please guide me on the pathway to find a solution for this. God, please open doors that I'm able to walk through and access me the ability to do that." Um, Really, like I think for the longest time, I treated God as if he was Santa Claus, and like I'm just some lottery winner, or maybe one of these times he'll choose my prayer and I'll get my blessing. And eventually, throughout my life, it has to come, right? Not realizing that there's so many blessings that I already have that I don't cherish, like I am hoping to cherish the one that I am imagining. You know what I mean? Um, Maybe you know what I mean. If you're following along, you probably do. Now, this whole idea of God and what I'm talking about is not specifically for the Catholic religion or just Christianity. Obviously, I look at the term God as in like the creator of the universe, the whatever that, the name for that, just kind of stamping a name on that thing. Obviously, in the Bible, he is more of like a character. It is like his name for like his figure, but at the same time, I think that's just kind of to stamp an idea on it, so you have like some of the picture in your head. Obviously, there's pictures of God that are out there, that they have, but I don't know if any of those are. I don't think he's even like a real man. I think he's just like I think it's I don't think he's an idea. I think it's more than we can even grasp into words. Is what God actually is. Um, and so my mom, my entire life, used to always tell me that if I were to unalive myself, I would go straight to hell. And for the longest time I was like, well, I can't do that then because I it's like when you grow up in it's almost like I was indoctrined into believing heaven and hell and God and everything. But it's kind of funny because I wasn't it's not really like I was indoctrinated because even from the beginning of my whole existence, as far as I can remember, I always believed in like um faith. I guess faith is a really good. It's kind of hard to find like certain different words for what I'm trying to talk about for these certain things, but faith is a good word for this. I've always believed in faith, and I always knew that to accomplish anything I want to accomplish and to get through the path of whatever path that life grants me on, I'm gonna need to have faith to get to the end of it. And now faith doesn't necessarily that word gets like so the way we are as humans, we put like our ideas on words. So a word has already a like diagnosis on it before you even get to actually break down what they're trying to say. So if you say a certain word to someone about something, they already have a certain idea about it, even though you might just be using that word as the sole definition of it, not even like the connotation, if that's the right word. I don't know if it is. Funny, we're talking about words. So it's like you kind of have to watch how you say things to certain people. So when I talk about faith, I don't just mean like, oh, like my cross and like God's guided me, like Jesus Christ. Like obviously that's what I believe to an extent, but um, at the same time, I think this message could be good for anybody or worthwhile for anybody because when you walk the path, no matter what path you walk on, if you have like the atheist mentality, I don't understand how you're ever able to get to like the end of it and enjoy it because you're never really going to the end of your path. You're going to it's the journey to get there. Like for example, heaven, to get to heaven, it is a long, long struggle. It's a long pathway. You have to really earn your way in. And you can't being a Catholic. It's funny because my whole life is this joke where, oh well, you can just ask for forgiveness and God will forgive you. And it's like, you don't think that God was with you the whole time. You don't think that God actually like knows if you're being serious. You think God is so naive that if you just say, well, you know what, maybe he's real, that he's gonna let you in, like. And now people say, oh well, that's not the kind of God that I want to have. It's like, well, first of all, I don't think we get to choose these things, and second of all, why wouldn't you want a God who like puts his foot down and like actually like shakes his fist at things that are bad and are not fulfilling for a long life and a passionate life? Like, you should want a father, a teacher, uh, not a cop, I guess, any like authority figure, to play that role. And so if God is that role in the ultimate position, then you would hope that he would look at every single one of his servants or his makings, his creations, whichever word you want to use that doesn't have any weird connotation to you, then you would hope that he would have like really high standards for everybody. And then on the pathway to hell, it is just lottery tickets and just riches and fame the whole way there until you get there, and then you spend the rest of eternity in the worst, darkest place you could ever imagine, mentally, physically, all that. And obviously, heaven and hell are just things we can imagine. I think it's just not even. It's so funny because like us as humans, the majority of us are so unintelligent that we just look at things so basis, like they're just so black and white. So God is a man. If God was real, why can't I see him? Like, that's not even what it's about. Um, well, if um I do these things right, then this should happen. It's like, well, there's a bunch of things in between that affect everything. Did you do it this way? Did you say it this way? Like, all these things. And so all these things really matter on the 100% grand scheme of things. And so, like, I personally also think that my entire life, another thing that always has trumped me is that people say, well, I don't believe in God because I can't prove anything about it. And the biggest thing about God and I guess religion is that the whole questioning of it all, like, there's really no answers to any questions. But to be honest, like, if you had every answer to every question, would life even be worth living? Would you really want to continue going on if you already knew, like, okay, let's say you wanted to pass a test and you knew that no matter what answer you put, it's going to be passed. Is it even worth studying for? Would you even want to take it? Would you even feel good when you got your good grade? If you were born rich, and obviously this is just rich can be in the terms of whatever, mentally, financially, physically, whatever. If you were born rich, would you be happy if you got $1 million? If you already had 10, would it have the same effect to you? If you were born with this, if you were born with a six pack, and you didn't have to do those 6 months to a couple years of like hardcore training, push ups, sit ups, working out, going to the gym, being like looked at as different, would it feel as earned, and would you actually have fulfillment and passion at the end of it? Like, I don't think so. So when it comes to God and faith and our entire life, like, our morality, everything we go by and everything we do is just a really big deal about it. And so, um, honestly, after high school, I got somewhat, down and out. I was questioning God myself, and uh, you know, it's funny because there's that saying where there's no atheist in a foxhole, where it's like back in all those like war times where if anybody's about to die, if there's a grenade or if there's missiles coming or bullets, like, you're praying. If you're sick, you just get some like bad diagnosis, you get cancer, if you get something, you're praying. If it's your last day, um, you're gonna be like I was talking before, be one of those people who are like, you know what, God, like, I kind of believed in, like, I was giving you a chance. I like know I said those things those times. I know I like made all those jokes. I was just playing. I didn't really mean all that stuff. Like, he's not gonna know your actual real intentions. Like, he's not actually everything. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't just make you. He doesn't. He didn't just. He doesn't like. I'm not saying he makes your thoughts, but he guides you through your thoughts. He doesn't plant your thoughts in you, but at the same time, he is guiding you through your thoughts, which is like so absurd. And like, talking about this, there's gonna be so many comments that are probably just, if this video gets anywhere, I don't want anybody to even click on this because of what this topic is about. But I'm sure there'll be so many atheists and like Scientologists trying to like debate me in the comments, and this isn't really a debating topic, or like a debating. It is definitely a topic that is up for debate for so many different things like religion and God. But for this message, if this can reach and help one person, it is definitely worth it. Because about 2-3 years ago, really like 6 months to a year, once I started really changing the way I talk to God and my relationship with Him. I like to say I have my own relationship with Him because I don't go to church as much as I should. Or, eventually I really do want to get more involved in actual religion. But I don't know, like, I think there's just a pathway that I'm on, and I let it take me the way that it's supposed to, and I'm not gonna, try to control it as much as some things that but also only focus on things you can control, and then have faith throughout those things that you can't control. And then, like, I don't know, this is so many weird angles here. It's such a difficult conversation topic to cover and talk about and discuss. But I hope I hope one of you guys can get anything from this, and if you can, then this is by far worth it, because this is one of those messages that I don't think I've seen around, and the only other person I've really seen talk about this was Jordan B. Peterson, and he's one of the people I really look up to. And yeah, so maybe if you're not getting the life you want, if you're not living the life you feel like you deserve, maybe question if you deserve it. Maybe question if you're actually in line to receive the blessings that God has in line for you. You know what I mean? Like, and also, like, what David Goggins said. This is what David Goggins says. He says, "I want to be that guy where if God has a list for me, I want to be able to over exceed His expectations." Like, David Goggins wants to get in that line when he goes up to the stairway to heaven, those holy gates. And when God asked him about, okay, this for you, this for you, this for you. Oh, you did this and this and this. Like, impress God. And I think that's kind of a narcissistic way to look at it. It's kind of his ego is really up there. But you know what? It's not bad if it works for you. So whatever you have to do, like, Andrew Tate, he's super toxic in some regards, but just like, I think everybody has good messages and some terms, maybe not everybody, but like, I think everybody has something either entertaining or informational to say. So, I think that's definitely, I used Andrew Tate as an example because even though he has such a toxic message in some regards, or it's so out there pushing your face, spit slapping your face, it's still like, it's helped so many people. So if it works for you, like, then ride it out, man. Hop on that train, like, I don't say hop on that train with again, like I said earlier, it has being a bandwagon is a bad thing built around it. But if it helps you, if this is what makes you get by and secure the successes of your dreams and live the life that you deserve to live, hopefully, before we get this book I read yesterday, actually, On the Shortness of Life by Seneca. He talks about how we spend our entire life thinking that the price of life is to learn how to live. And reality, the entire price of life is death. So we are on our trajectory to try to find our best lives throughout the entire time. We're also on our trajectory, on our pathway towards death the entire time. And God will take everything from you the same way He gave you everything. The same way God gave you everything, He will take it all away. So cherish what you have, and make sure that you don't miss out on the time on the borrowed time that you have here on this earth, or on this universe, whatever the name is we call it, whatever it actually is, But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is the next book I'm doing for my weekly book report. I do a book club every week, where I cover books on my Patreon. So for $1 plus a month, the link is below. You can check that out. You can join the community over here. And yeah, I'm on a pathway for growth and knowledge. And yeah, I'm gonna spend the next couple of years of my life, and hopefully the rest of my life, on this journey. And well, I say hopefully, but hopefully my mind doesn't change. Hopefully I stay on this pathway to being wise, wisdom. Yeah, hoorah, hooray. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for everything, and I will see you next time.